Well, hello everyone. I have right here of talking about right here of this right here is a painting right here, which shows right here is an example right here of a llama, and then a lot of times it's like everybody might even think too that if you're going to be doing any sorts of paintings for sure that you'll want to know too is it really supposed to represent for Into the Wild or something like that, or anything else, for any particular purpose, like that. But still. But whenever you do think about that, you want to know too that you look at the llama right there, and you want to know too that hey, that talk about for llama foundations and all that, and so one of the reasons why I was working on this right here is so that way everybody would see that put together right here of talk about what this little lovely llama right here, and along right here with the shadow right here. So one of the reasons why that I want to show everybody here is that I know a lot of artists would find this fascinating over the fact that if you were to go ahead and add a shadow right here, go ahead and put a shadow right here, like a reflection, and so really that for any reason at all that if you're going to be working on any of your artwork though, then why do you think that maybe adding a reflection like a cast shadow of any kind, why do you think that would be considered something artistic, or like everybody say that showed realism and all that? And so whenever I was looking at this, I was just thinking too that you go ahead and draw this painting right here of the llama right here, but still that you would go ahead and add a shadow right there. And so it's like, yeah, so each time you do think about that, you want to know too that, okay, yeah, that you put a shadow right there, but then also that if you have right here, I'll go and add right here, down here at the bottom right here, of talking about, Into the Wild, and, talk about the wild right here, and, so really, what does that really even mean, in case if anybody's want to know too, that, whenever you do think about that, and you want to know too that hey, that whenever we do talk about that, the wild right here, that are we necessarily talking about to where that, yeah, that whenever we are talking about the wild, that we're talking about is to where we talk about maybe a few wild deer, or maybe if it's maybe any bears or anything like that, or any other sorts of wildlife. But still, that whenever you think about the art right here, and somebody's going to maybe ask, is that talk about any source of a foundation for the wildlife right here, and let's just say that like everybody might say that when we do talk about the animals, for who we love, and for what we care for, and you're one oh two that yeah, you talk about the foundation right here, and then the wild right here. So a lot of times it's like, yeah, anybody might even say too that if you're going to be looking at a painting like this right here, and the first thing that's going to be coming to your mind, of course, is maybe going to be about look at how sweet and cute that llama looks right there, and everybody might even say too that yeah, whenever you're going to be looking at a picture just like that right there, and you're 102, that hey, look at how sweet and kind, yeah, how cute, like, yeah. And I know that anybody might even say too that if you're going to have like any source of foundation in a 102, that if it's supposed to be for the animals, or if it's supposed to be like, yeah, for the, so, like, yeah, anything like maybe if it's charities or anything like that, but still, that each time you do think about that, and you're 102, that, the first thing that you think about for sure is going to be about how lovable and kind that the animals are, and then how much support that you can give to them. And then also about being huggable and all that, but still, that the way I painted this right here is actually, like everybody might say, that if you were to actually be doing any sorts of advertising for a llama for sure, then they would say that, yeah, we would like to see maybe some people in there, or maybe anything about, yeah, having like a little get together, and you go ahead and show, the animals of your support foundation or something like that right there. And so whenever I look at this, it's going to kind of remind me just a little bit of like maybe like a circus event or something like that. But whenever I was working on this, I thought everybody would like to see this right here, or talking about right here, is it with this reflection right here. And it's like, yeah, you look at that right there, and you're warned to where that you go ahead and paint the details right there of the llama right there, and you go ahead and put the shadow right here. But then you have right here, I'm talking about for the foundation right here. You got 2023 right here, and you got llama right here, the Laimma, and so that's why it seems like that that whenever you look at this, and you want to know too that you put on here the foundation. So it pretty much means to show show some support for the animals, for the animals at need, and then like anybody say, if you're going to have any sorts of charities or any sorts of a foundation to where that is supposed to be like a support to show support for the animals. And so that's why it seems that way, to where that you look at these pictures right here, these drawings right here, and you want to know too that the way that they were designed, by the way, is so that way you can kind of see see a little bit about about the animals, the animals that need, but still. But anybody might even say that that whenever you look at these paintings really closely, though, that is there supposed to be any source of for what you call it, is there supposed to be anything such as to where that are they supposed to be known as to where what is the llama supposed to tell everybody about this right here? So like, let's just say this right here was supposed to be set for like maybe for any sorts of charities or show support for the for the humane societies or anywhere else to where that they got some sort of foundation going for their charities and all that. And that's why it seems like that the first thing that they would be thinking about mainly is that to show how much that you really care for those animals, the animals and the other sorts of creatures that are or for at need, right? And so that's why it seems that way, to where that I look at this right here, and people want to know too that you got over here is the llama right here, and people might even say too that you got the llama right there, and you want to know too that you go ahead and paint if you want to go ahead and maybe paint a little bit right there of the llama right there. And but still, it's like each time you do think about that, you want to know too that what is the llama really supposed to mean for any reason at all? That you go ahead and paint that llama right there, and people want to know too that right down below that you go ahead and add a shadow right there, and that's why it seems that way, to where that go ahead and add right here is a shadow right here, but I'm like paint a little bit right here, but I'm just kind of like want to know too that whenever it comes to painting pictures though, and you're thinking as to where that what exactly is the llama supposed to try, what does that mean whenever, if they're going to be walking, and is it really supposed to show anything such as to where show support for the animal zoo or something like that, or for any reason at all that anybody might even say too that it's supposed to show curiosity, or is it really supposed to show like how much at need? And so each time you think about these charities, a lot of times, and everybody might even say too that you go ahead and paint a picture right here of of the wildlife, and so everybody might say that the wildlife, and so for sure people might even say that really you're not supposed to be they're not really for made to be pets, but on the other hand that you can show support to the animals, and that the animals from where they're from, and also about the type of cultures and all that. So yeah, the type of stuff that you read about, especially if you've been to the zoo before, right? If you've been to the zoo, you would read about the animals a lot. But it's like you want to know too that whenever you do see an animal, by the way, and you want to know too that yeah, what exactly is it that if you go ahead and paint a picture of the animals right here, and everybody might say that many artists might even say too, if you're going to paint a picture of an animal for sure, you want to make them cute and adorable, as cute and adorable as much as you can. So anybody might say that if you're going to go ahead and be an artist and design any sorts of foundation catalog for the foundation or something like that, that the founders of the wildlife or something like that, and somebody's going to maybe say that hey, well, that's good that you go ahead and paint in the details right there at the llama right there, but then you go ahead and add right there is the cast shadow right there, and so it's like so in case if anybody's wanting to know too, that you go ahead and paint that, and if you want to go ahead and paint a little bit right here of the eyes right here, but it's like you want to know too that you go ahead and paint the picture of the llama right there, and then thinking this tour, you want to make it cute and adorable as much as possible, right? So everybody might say that you're going to go ahead and paint a picture right here, and want to know too that if you see a little bit of blueness inside the llama's eyes and all that, and it's like, yeah, how sweet and adorable is that? And so really, if you were to actually paint the eyes right here, and everybody might say that yeah, you go ahead and paint the llama right there, and if you want to go ahead and add a little bit right here of the eyes right here, and so yeah, add a little bit of darkness, right there, for the eyes. So if you go ahead and paint the eyes right there, and make the llama just a little bit like if they got like that cute, cute look on them. Yeah, everybody might say that if we're going to be painting any animal pictures for sure, that everybody would probably say that it'd be kind of nice and sweet, just to kind of make them look cute looking, and yeah, people might say too that but I'll go ahead and add right there a little gray, see if you want to kind of call it grayscale or something, but yeah. Oh, I know it. I'm just painting right here, but yeah. So you paint right there for the llama right there, and I'll go and paint right here down on the bottom right here. But everybody might say that about how much fur do you think that the llama would have? But still that you go ahead and paint the picture right there of the llama right there, and the 102 that you want to go ahead and paint them like to make them cute looking, and yeah. How adorable do you think it would be that anybody who's going to be looking at any llama, any baby llama, pictures or anything like that, and you want to kind of make them cute looking, and just want to know too that really, what do you really learn from the llamas, knowing about how cute and adorable they are, especially their babies, the baby llamas, but so you got right there is the llama right here, and you see right here the paint details right here of the fur right here. But everybody might say that you go ahead and look at the llama right there, and want to know that okay, yeah, the foundation of the wildlife or something like that. So everybody might say that okay, yeah, the wildlife. So what exactly does that mean when we do speak about the wildlife right here? Does that pretty much mean is to where that the wildlife, meaning is to where that they are wild animals. And so yeah, so the first thing that somebody might say is to where that when we do talk about wild animals, though, that they say that that they came from the wild, not really for for pets and all that, but still that for how cute and adorable that they are, right? And but still that so you have right here the llama right here, and I'll go ahead and paint right here a little bit of detail right there around the neck area, but still that so if you go ahead and paint the picture right there to make it kind of look cute looking right there, and people say, yeah, that right there is supposed to be a wild animal right there. That right there is supposed to be a wild animal right there. But yeah, the charity and the foundation goes to showing support for the animals of the wildlife, for the zoo, and so that's why it seems that way to where that yeah. People might even say too that you take care of them like if they're your pets and all that, but still that so you got right here, the animals of the wildlife right there, but still that so I'll go ahead and paint right there. Okay, right there, around the chin, around the mouth. But still, if you're going to be painting any pictures of any llamas for sure, and people want to know too that you make them look cute and everything, looking at all that. But at the time, it sure seems that way. That when we do speak about the wildlife a lot of times, and people want to know too, especially if it's going to be horses and maybe if it's going to be buffalo, and you want to know too that the wildlife wild animals. What do people usually think about when we do talk about wild animals? Meaning is toward you feed them and all that, but really, they say that whenever they're wild, you can't really have them as pets, but still. But on the other hand, that when we do talk about the llamas, though, that you're warned to where that the llamas. You have right there, but talk about for the wildlife right here. So. Say that when we do talk about the wildlife though, and you want to know too that the wild meaning is toward that these animals they don't really they were born and raised in the wild, and so that's why it seems that way toward people say that you can't really go near them because since they're wild or whichever, but still. But the way I think about it too, though, that when we do talk about a foundation right here, and people say that you go ahead and draw them, they look cute looking and everything, but you go ahead to show your support, for the animals, there at the zoo, but still, it's like you look at the foundation of the wildlife right here, along with the llama. But that's what I was thinking too, that when we talk about the shadow right here, reflection. And at 102 that you would really add that in there just to show a little bit more artistic talent to it. And that's usually what I have to say is that when we do think about a reflection though, that it shows about how much realism that you're able to put into to your skills, to the artwork. And so everybody say shadows a lot of times they would mean is toward that you actually you're just you put the reflection right down here, but a lot of people might even say too that do you think that that's just using a little bit more color, just to show everybody? I'm like, you got right here, but then still, whenever you do put a shadow right down here, a reflection of some kind, is that really what is that supposed to necessarily mean? Is that really supposed to make the art just a little bit more realistic? And that's usually what I have to say. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.